Yo, Chamillionaire, what's up, man?
Well, it's going down, man.
We are getting ready for a little Chamillionaire Paul Wall action at the Babcock Theater tonight, so things are good.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Me and Paul been traveling on the tour bus everywhere, ready to do it, man.
That's got to be fun, like kids again. You get to sleep over at friends' houses, road trips. Those are all fun. It's got to be cool when you can do that with other grown-ups for a living, a road trip like that.
But yeah, especially with a big satellite on the top of the bus and, all the finest amenities on the bus, you know what I'm saying? We traveling in style, but, we've been doing this for a long time, man. And, we're trying to do stuff nowadays that the labels don't do no more. They don't send artists out on promo runs anymore. We're just trying to, be proactive and, promote these albums and just, reach out and touch some of these fans.
That's cool, man. Just getting back to the roots. That's awesome. It's like I think the business has gotten really commercial, which obviously is beneficial in certain ways, but it's nice to see people saying, hey, we're still just going to connect with the fans, do some, small gigs, some big gigs, meet people and just hit the streets.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. We came from the independent side of things. Back in the days, me and Paul, when we were in a group, man, we used to just, do everything. We'd get in our trucks and drive to Cleveland to sell mixtapes, and we kind of still, remember that and, feel like, in order to have success with albums, you kind of have to do the groundwork. It doesn't even matter if you're a super major label artist or whatever, you got to do the groundwork. So, we put this tour together, got on the tour bus, decided to go to a lot of markets that, the labels would like, and, some markets that the labels kind of don't look too highly about, but it doesn't matter to us. Every market is a potential market for us.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Well, other than the I Love My Money tour that you're on right now with Paul Wall, what else are you up to? What's going on for you?
I actually have an album called Venom dropping June 22nd. A lot of people have been kind of wondering about that. There's been a lot of pushbacks, a lot of politics with it. And my whole thing is to make sure that I put out a project that I want to put out. I didn't work this hard to get this far to tell a story, to tell somebody else's story. A lot of times you get on a major label and they start telling you what type of songs to make, and they pretty much do all the rapping for you. So I didn't want that to happen this time. I made sure that I, put together just a dope album, and it's dropping June 22nd. And me and Paul just doing this tour is kind of just I don't know, the groundwork that we need to put together before this album actually drops. But I actually am doing a lot of stuff, a couple mixtapes that are dropping, some stuff I'm going to give away free to the fans on Chamillionaire.com before the album drops.
Very cool. What on the new album here on Venom there, are you working with any other rappers, or is it more just a solo effort?
Nah, definitely. There's a lot of big features on there. I can't really say a lot of them about it yet because, we're still in the process of drawing some ink out to make sure that, it's confirmed. I hate to tell people somebody's going to be on the album and then it doesn't happen,
I'll tell them. We got M, we got Dre, we got 50, we got Jay-Z.
Well, I don't know about all that. I don't know if my budget's big enough to handle all them names, but I do have actually a collaboration with me, Slim Thug, Paul Wall, and Dero. And we're actually going to shoot a video in Houston sometime, probably the day before our Houston House of Blues show. We're going to shoot a video for a song called Main Event. And I actually have rest in peace to Pimp C. I actually have a track that features him that's produced by him. And it's like one of the last of its kind. I don't think nobody has that. And it's pretty dope,
That'll be cool, man. I remember reading something about you a while back here that you were all kind of straight edge. I mean, you don't do like drinking. You're not into the drugs. Like you're a pretty clean-cut guy. Is that true?
Yeah, when it comes to the smoking and drinking and stuff, man, I'm probably the only rapper that doesn't do none of that stuff.
That's what I was going to say, man. Like, is it rough going on the road, being the guy that's kind of the odd man out when all that stuff comes up?
No, it's actually not. It's easier for me because they're the ones that's waking up with the hangovers and stuff. Yeah. I'm the one that's waking up like fresh, you know what I mean? But I used to do that. I used to do the drinking thing on the road, and that's kind of the reason why I stopped, man, because just being on the road, man, it'll just take away from your life. You'll wake up all tired and sluggish, man, and, they're throwing up, they're losing jewelry and all kind of crazy stuff, man. I just decided, like, you know what? And it was just kind of just a random thing. I just decided one day, you know what, I'm going to quit. And, we get everything free. Once you get to a point where you're like a entertainer, like you go to the clubs, they comp you bottles for free, and like on the tour bus right now, we got about 20 bottles of Ciroc that nobody's drinking, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty crazy, but, I just decided to quit cold turkey, and I just, ever since then, but I do that to myself every now and then. Like, I decided to quit Red Bulls, and I just quit. It's been like 2 years, so I haven't drank a Red Bull, So I don't know. I just challenge myself like that.
That's kind of cool. So it's more of a personal thing. Like, if there's somebody, drinking around you or they're smoking or something, like, you don't judge them. It's more just like, hey, do your thing. I'm just not going to do it with you.
Yeah, everybody knows I don't I'm not running a dictatorship. They can do whatever they want, It's just me personally, I'm saying? I like to try to, I don't know. I'm more careful with myself, you know what I mean? I've been around rappers and seen the craziest stuff happen, man. Them get drunk, and then next thing you know, they wake up and some girl's gone with their jewelry and their gold teeth, and just all kind of crazy stuff happens. So I kind of just watch, and just kind of just get my money. That's it, man. That's what I'm here to do.
I didn't know if it was, that, like, just a personal thing, or if you were, like, you'd walk into a studio where people were smoking or something and say, what the hell are you guys doing?
Oh, nah. Everybody smokes, man. Everybody, they can do whatever they want. I don't never say nothing, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me, actually, you know what I mean? But
just a
I never had an urge to smoke, though. Smoking is just, I don't know, it's an expensive habit, man. I'd rather spend my money on some other stuff.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, hey, it's awesome to see the huge success you've got here, and you and Paul Wall teaming up again after many years is awesome to see. The I Love My Money tour with Paul Wall and yours truly here, Chamillionaire, tonight at the Babcock Theater. We can't wait to see it, brother. We'll see you tonight.
Hey, I encourage everybody to come out. Fellas, they always come deep all the time, man. Call up some of your homegirls in the city and tell them to come out, man. That's what we need.
There we go. Hey, Chamillionaire, thanks for being on the show this morning, man. Have a good one.
All right, thanks, man.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.